Remember, with outline questions, we want to go straight to the question itself. Ignore the bullet points. We might need them, but it's rare. So the student wants to emphasize the effect media had on building Wan Fei Hung's legacy. That's kind of a weird goal. Usually they're a little bit more clear, but it's okay. So this is the part that kind of stands out to me. What is the effect the media had, right? The effect media had. So the effect of the media maybe is what I'm kind of thinking about in my head as I go. So if I can't answer that, what is the effect of the media? I don't know. That's probably not good for that choice. So let's take a look. A, thanks to his depiction in over 100 pieces of media, Wan Fei Hung was locally known as a successful physician and Hung-ga kung fu master. Okay, maybe that's an effect on the legacy. So how did the media affect this person's legacy? Is they made it so that he was known as something? I don't know. Let's keep going. I don't feel strongly either way. Let's look at B. Though he was known locally during his lifetime, Wan Fei Hung's later depiction in television, film, and other media has turned him into an internationally known folk hero. Now, I get why some people are going to like choice A over choice B, because choice A uses the word media just like the question does. But we shouldn't count on that. The SAT loves to do this, where they use different words to make the exact same point. Here, they're saying television, film, and other media. So they do use the word media, but you see it's kind of a secondary thing. The point is, this is the media. Film and television are also parts of the media. So those things, what is the effect that they had on his legacy? They turned him into an internationally known folk hero. Now, to me, that seems more important as a legacy, kind of your reputation, than being locally known as something, right? Like, okay, if you're locally known, that's just in that town that you're born maybe, but internationally known, that's bigger. That's how most people know you. So I might go to the bullet points to verify this later, but I'm already kind of leaning towards B over A. This just feels like a better answer to the question. But let's see. Let's look at C. Various media have depicted Wan Fei Hung, the successful physician and kung fu master who became an internationally known folk hero. Yeah, but how have they depicted him? How did that help him become known as an internationally known folk hero? Notice that B is saying that the media is what turned him into this, right? The media is the cause, that they're the ones that had the effect, whereas C is kind of keeping these things separate. So I don't like this choice. I don't think it's really connecting the dots the way we need. D, Wan Fei Hung's ability as a kung fu master are depicted in many media, including the 1991 film Once Upon a Time in China, but how did that influence his legacy, right? Okay, it was depicted, but how does that make people like think about him, right? That part seems to be left out. We can make some assumptions that if he's in a movie or whatever, then it's important, people are gonna know who he is, but it really needs to say that. So I don't like this. At this point, I would feel very comfortable picking B, but let's go back to the bullet points. It can't hurt to be just very quickly checking and see if they just say somewhere how the media had an effect. So little is known about his life. No, don't care. He was born near this place and gained local recognition, but again, the media isn't involved in that. He achieved many incredible martial arts feats. Okay, again, not about the media. He has become an internationally known folk hero thanks to his depiction in over 100 films, media, television shows, and other media. That's basically what B is saying. So that seems good. And then the last one, in the 1991 film, this Jet Li portrays this person with superhuman abilities. So again, it's maybe giving a specific example, but I really want to emphasize the overall effect. This bullet point is really doing that. B matches with that bullet point much better. And now I kind of see why I didn't really think the local hero thing is that important, is they talk about his legacy much more clearly as an international legacy in the bullet points. So it helped to look at the bullet points here, but I really do not think it was necessary.